Hi guys, welcome to class. It's week 5 of multiplication and I'm excited about what we're learning today. I wonder if you have any idea what we're going to be talking about today. Well, if you do or if you don't, get ready. Fasten your seatbelts because we're going to have double the fun. Oh yeah, double the fun. That's a big hint. Okay, but before we get started, let's go over some things we already know. All right, let's try this. What's that? That's right, zero property. Here we go. Zero property means any number multiplied by 0 is equal to 0. Excellent, good job. Okay, we did zero property, but now let's talk about what the math problem's talking about. You know math problems, they never hush. Yickety yackety, yickety yackety, yickety yackety yick. They're always saying something, and all we have to do is listen, and it will tell us what to do. Yeah, they're also bossy. So let's take a look at a multiplication equation. Okay, let me ask you first. What does the first factor represent? Yeah, you got it, but let's do it together, okay? Here we go. The first factor represents groups. Excellent. So the first factor is always going to be talking about groups. You got it. Okay, but what about the second factor? What is it always talking about? Let's do it together. Here we go. The second factor represents how many are in each group. That's right. How many are in each group? Now we have a conversation going on where the factors, factor 1 is talking and factor 2 is talking. And if we just listen to what they're saying, it will tell us what to do. Let's try it. Let's start with this equation. First of all, let's read it together. Are you ready? Read. 7 times 0. Okay, so let's think about what the factor is saying. What is the factor saying? Well, the first factor represents groups. So what might it be saying? I know you know. Go ahead and say it. Everybody, out loud. Oh yeah, it's really happy. It's so happy and so excited. Why? Because it has 7 groups. Yippee! Okay, visualize that in your mind. And now let's move on to factor 2, the second factor. The second factor is going to tell us about how many are in each group. And what is the second factor saying? Go ahead and say it. I know you can. And go ahead and say it with a little attitude because it looks like it might have a little attitude. You're right. That second factor is saying, oh yeah, you might have 7 groups, but I'm not going to put anything in those groups. And because we have nothing in the groups, and because there is a 0 in that equation, because the equation reads 7 times 0, our product, what is it going to be? Say it out loud. You're right, that product is going to be 0. And that represents 0 property. But what if we switch it around? What if those factors travel? What if the first factor is now 0 and the second factor is now 7? Let's talk about what they're saying, okay? All right, so let's read the equation together. 0 times 7. Okay, what is the first factor saying? It's talking about what? Groups. You got it. So what would the first factor be saying? It would be saying, I have no groups. What? I have no groups? Are you kidding me? That can't be, because in multiplication, everything is about groups. You have to have groups to have multiplication. If you don't have groups, you don't have multiplication. Guys, this is a drop the mic moment. That's what I said. Drop the mic and walk away. Because if your equation starts with 0, guys, it's going to end with 0. Because if you start with nothing in multiplication, if you have no groups, Well, your product is going to be nothing, because it doesn't matter if you have something to put in there. If you don't have the groups, you don't have anything. But what about this 0 times 7? It not only represents zero property, but we switched those factors. They commuted, they traveled, they went somewhere, because our original equation said 7 times 0. And now this one reads 0 times 7. So can you tell me what property that represents when we switch the factors, when they travel, when they commute to another location? Go ahead, say it. You've got it. Don't be afraid. That's right. Way to go. Woohoo! Okay, so what about commutative property? Did you bring your robot with you? Here we go. Stand if you would like. All right, best robot voice ever. Commutative, 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 commutative. That's great, but let's do it again. This time I'm going to have you freeze and ask you some questions. Here we go. All right, all my robots, are you in the house? Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Commutative, 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 freeze. What did we just do? When we did this, what were we doing? If you said picking up the factors in the equation, you're right. Okay, let's keep going. Commutative, commutative, freeze. What did we just do? Okay, if you said we just switched the factors, if you're saying they just commuted to another location, if you're saying the factors just traveled, then you're right. Now, let's keep going. Commutative, freeze. What just happened? If you said we dropped the factors into a new place, that now we switched them around, they commuted, they traveled, and now they're in a different location, then you're absolutely exactly correct. And I know that's not the correct way to say exactly, but I think it's the fun way to say it. So yes, you're exactly correct. All right, here we are. Commutative. Are you ready? Here we go. Commutative, commutative. Excellent. Now let's do it all the way from the beginning, all together. Best robots ever. Here we are. Commutative, 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 commutative. Perfect. Very good. Okay, go ahead and have a seat and let's keep going. You know, with commutative property, we switch the factors, but it doesn't change the product. The outcome, the answer, the total is still the same that it was. Nothing changes. All right, that's commutative property. But what about identity property? You know, there's only one me. It's my identity. Sure, there's only one me. Even if I were a twin, there's still only one me. And that one is very important. We should be paying attention when we do that, because that's the clue. That's the secret mystery to identity property. In fact, the number 1 looks like an I on the keyboard. On the computer keyboard, it looks like a capital I. There's only one me. It's my identity. When we connect identity and the number 1, then we understand identity property. So what is it? Well, any number multiplied by 1, the number is going to stay the same. Now, I'm not talking about the number 1. That's the number that's being multiplied by. I'm talking about the other number. Remember, the other number is any number that's being multiplied by 1. So if you are in a multiplication equation and there is a 1 in that equation, then look at the other number. And that number is going to stay the same. Why? Because there's only one me. It's my identity. The number and 1 in a multiplication equation, identity property. That's it. It's that simple. It's not something you have to memorize. It's just something you have to understand. And when you do, any number multiplied by 1, that number that's being multiplied by 1, it stays the same. Easy peasy. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. When you're multiplying by 1, you're not really multiplying because you're still counting. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. That's not multiplying because remember our definition of multiplication? Multiplication is just, let me hear it. Come on, peeps. What is it? Yeah, multiplication is just really, really super, ooper, duper, nooper, whooper, duper fast addition. That's right. So when we are counting by 1, we're not really multiplying. We're just counting. We have to be skip counting to be really multiplying, and that's where we're going next. At last, we got there. Okay, I hope you're ready for some skip counting fun because I'm going to tell you what I actually did as a movie maker, not as like a math teacher. A few years ago, I made some movies, as you very well know because you've already seen them, but I also wrote some songs, I did some lyrics for multiplication, all of that. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. I used iMovie, I used GarageBand, I disguised my voice, I wrote the lyrics, and then I did the song. And we are going to be counting by multiples of 2. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We're going to be skip counting by 2. Those are multiples of 2. So that means that each group has exactly 2 in each group. Does that make sense to you? I hope so, because we're skip counting by 2. And when we skip count, it's really easy to tell how many times we've counted because we can do something like 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, how many times? What would that equation be? It would be 2 times 4 equals what I just said, 8. All right, that's how it all works together. So I'm going to show you the movie that I made, and I want you to sing along with it. I'm going to put it in here a couple of times. The first time, I'm sure you'll just be watching it to get the tune, to get the vibe. And then the second time, I want you to really sing with it. And then the third time, I'll keep throwing it back into the movie so we can practice, okay? I know you're going to love it. It's by a group called Snap. That's why I've been snapping so much in this movie, because I wanted you to connect the snap to the 2s. We're going to have double fun because we're doing the 2s. Are you ready for the multiples of 2? Okay, get ready to sing and smile and have a good time.
2, 2. Here's what you do. We're busy counting by multiples of 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You do 2 because you count by 2. Keep counting. Keep counting. Keep counting.
Okay, I hope you really like that because I did. Now maybe you can sing along. Are you ready? Multiples of 2. Snap.
2, 2. Here's what you do. We're busy counting by multiples of 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You do 2 because you count by 2. Keep counting. Keep counting.
Okay, I heard you pretty well, but come on, do it with me. I think you can do it better. Here we go. 2. Here's what you do. We're busy counting by multiples of 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. I've got the power. You do too because you count by 2. Keep counting.
Keep counting.
Keep counting.
Keep counting.
Keep counting. Oh yeah. Hey guys, that was so much better. That was absolutely fantastic. Okay, so what does all this double stuff mean? What do the multiples of 2 stand for? Well, you already know. That's right. You've already done it before in addition. I know you know your math facts. I know you know them. And some of the most easy math facts ever are the math facts where we have the number where it's doubled, where we have twins of the same number. Okay, so let me give you an example. I'm sure you know what 5 plus 5 is. Everybody? Right, it's 10. Okay, I'm sure you know what 3 plus 3 is. Yep, it's 6. I'm confident that you even know what 9 plus 9 is. Yeah, it's 18. So you're doing great. So let's just keep doing this. How about 10 plus 10? It's 20. Okay, get ready for it. 2 plus 2. Yeah, it's 4. You're right. Okay, wait for it. How about 4 plus 4? Yes, it is 8. Okay, but now I'm really going to challenge you. How about 11 plus 11? Well, if you can add 1 plus 1, you know it's 2. And it's not only 2 in the ones place, but it's 2 in the tens place. So 11 plus 11, one of the easiest things we could ever do. 11 plus 11 is 22. Very good. Okay. But what about 7 plus 7? 14. Okay, what about 3 plus 3? All right. Okay, what about 6 plus 6? All right, well, maybe I'm starting to repeat myself. Oh, you haven't done this one. What about 12 plus 12? Yeah, you're right. It's 24. You see, we've already learned these facts. We learned them when we were doing addition. And now they're basically the same thing because when we have a number, let's say 3, and we're saying times 2, that means we have 2 3s. So 3 plus 3 is 6. Or we're going to skip count by 3 how many times? Twice. So 3, 6. Boom, there it is. It's the same answer for 3 plus 3 equals 6. Well, when we multiply by 2, it's just like doubling the number in addition. Why? Because you already know multiplication is just really fast addition. Way to go. You know what? You already know your 2's. I won't tell anybody. Just pretend to work hard. Are you ready for some drills? You can do it. Here we go. Okay, I know this is your first one and you're reading it. Let's read it together. 2 times 10. So basically what we're saying is that we are going to take the number 10 and we are going to add it together twice. So really it's just 10 plus 10. Okay, it's not hard. It is that simple. So what is the product of 2 times 10? You're right, it's 20. Okay, here's your next one. It's 2 times 8. So when we see the number 2, we are doubling. What are we doubling? Not the 2. We're doubling the 8. The 2 is telling us you're going to do this twice. So I have 2 groups. That's what the first factor is telling me. And the second factor is telling me that I have 8 in each group. So basically, I am skip counting by 8s because I'm doubling the 8. 8 plus 8 is, and I know you know it, the product is 16. Excellent. This has to be getting easier. I'm sure you're getting the hang of it now. Because when you see that 2 in the sentence, you know you're going to double the other number. It doesn't matter where the 2 is. Because of commutative property, it might be in the second factor's place. But right now, it's in the first factor. So it's busy telling you I have 2 groups with 12 in each group. We are skip counting by 12. We're really saying 12 plus 12. We're doubling 12. 12, 24. That's how we skip count by 12. Okay, 2 times 5 equals, it's a multiplication equation. We're looking for the product. We see the number 2 as a factor in the equation. So we know we are going to double the other number, which is 5. Woohoo! I know you know what 5 plus 5 is. That would be 10, but if it's in a multiplication equation, it's 2 times 5 equals a product of 10. Very good. Okay, it's time for a silly math break for you. I've got a little rap I just made up. Here it is. Double, double. It's no trouble. We're changing those problems into math rubble. What's rubble? It's just a pile of junk. It's all torn up. Why? Because we know how to do it. Okay, let's try it together. Here we go. Double, double. It's no trouble. We're changing those problems into math rubble. Yeah, way to go. You want to try it for the third time? Come on, some of you didn't even do it. It's cool. You know it's cool. Let's have fun. Here we go. Double, double. It's no trouble. We're changing those problems into math rubble. That's right. All the problems are just blown up. They're coming down. It's not a problem to us because we know what to do. We know we're going to double the other number when we see a 2 in a multiplication equation. You're doing great. Let's do some more. 2 times 1. Are you kidding me, peeps? Okay. Now here's the Scooby-Doo. I told you that when you see the number 2, you look at the other number and you double it. So if I look at the other number, it's number 1, and I'm going to double it. So it's going to become a product of what? 2. That's correct. But let's also look at this. Not only do we have the double, but we have identity property. Why? Because there's a 1 in the equation, and we already know if we see a 1 in the equation, the other number stays the same. So we have two properties working together here. If you don't get it one way, surely you'll get it the other way. I'm proud of you guys. You're doing a great job. 2 times 1 equals 2. Okay, math scholars, let's read it together. Here we go. Ready? Read. 2 times 4 equals. Okay, the first factor is busy talking. It's not only telling us that there are 2 groups, but it's telling us we're going to double the other number. And then the second factor, well, it's telling us how many are going to go in each group, and there are 4 in each group. So we are skip counting by 4s. And how many times are we going to do it? 2 times. So in math, multiplication, it would be 4, 8. That would be our product, 8. In addition, it would be 4 plus 4 to double it, which still equals a sum of 8. Are you kidding me? Let's read it together. 2 times 7. Hey, I'm in heaven because I know what this math problem is telling me to do. It's telling me to double the 7. And I know that you learned already that when you double 7, when you say 7 plus 7, you know the answer to that. You know the sum is 14. So you just take that right into multiplication. When I read 2 times 7, I'm multiplying, and I'm skip counting by 7. So my answer is 14. Great job. That's the product, 14. This one has to be the coolest one. Let's read it together. 2 times 11. We are going to double 11. What's so cool about doubling ones is that they make 2s. So 11 becomes 22 when it's doubled. That is so easy to learn. The multiples of 11 are very easy. They're always doubles. 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99, and then it changes a little. But those are so easy. Don't forget, 2 times 11 equals 22. 2 times 6, peeps? Oh my goodness, that's like saying 6 plus 6. You already know that. 2 times 6 equals a product of, yep, you're right, 12. 2 times 2. It couldn't be easier than that. The first factor is saying I have 2 groups. The second factor is saying I have 2 in each of those groups. we also see the number 2, and it tells us that the other number is going to be doubled. In this case, we have 2 2's. We know that 2 plus 2 is 4. All right, we're almost near the end of our 2 facts for multiplication. 2 times 9, well, we're just doubling 9. So 2 times 9 is equal to a product of, you got it, 18. 2 times 3, hey, it's as easy as can be. I'm just doubling my 3 for a product of 6. You guys are fantastic. You just made it through all the 2's, the fact families of the 2's. Wonderful, wonderful, crazy, fantastic job. Now we're going to take a fun break. Here we go.
Two. Here's what you do. We're busy counting by multiples of 2. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You do 2 because you count by 2. Keep counting. Keep counting. Keep counting.
All right, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to keep counting, but we're going to multiply. We're going to double. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to skip count by 2, and we're going to show our equation by showing it on our hand. Take your hand like this, and your other hand like this, and we're going to skip counting by 2's, starting with 0 first, okay? This is how we do it. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Okay? So let's try that again. Here we go. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Good job. Okay, so what does all of this mean when we're counting? I'll show you what it means. Here we go. Let's skip count by 2's again. 0. Come on, everybody doing it. I'm not playing around. This is your moo. What's our moo? Who remembers? Our moo is our moment of opportunity. Moo. Don't miss your moo. Don't miss your moment of opportunity to learn something and to have a good time doing it. So here we go. 0, 2, 4. All right. What am I doing? This says that I have that I'm skip counting by 2, and I've done it 2 times for a product of 4. Let's keep going. You'll see what I mean. 0, 2, 4, 6. Okay. This means I have 3 groups with 2 in each group because I'm skip counting by 2, and I have a product of 6. How do I know that? Because I just said 6. Basically, I'm showing the multiplication equation by doing this. So let's try it again. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, what did I just show? My first factor is 5. That means I have how many groups? 5 groups. What am I skip counting by? 2's, okay? And what is my product? 10. I just said it. So my equation would be 5 times 2 equals 10. We're actually showing equations. We're representing equations by skip counting. Let's do it again. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. What does that mean? I have 8 groups with 2 in each group. Why? Because I'm skip counting by 2. And what is my product? 16. Because 2 times 8 is 16. Very good. All right, let's do it again. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I just showed 11. Did you see that? Here's 10, 11. 11 groups with 2 in each group equals 22. Very good. All right, let's try it again. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and last one, 24. What did I just have? 12 groups with 2 in each group for a product of 24. Great job. Woohoo! Okay, so I know that you have your math notebook and a pencil. Please take that out and open it up to a page. Now here's what I'd like for you to do. I would like for you to number your page just like you would for a spelling test, and I'd like for you to number it 1 through 12. 1 through 12, okay? And we're getting ready to see if you understand the twos. I'm going to show you pictures of equations that have twos in them. So what is the whole thing about twos? All we're doing is doubling. Double, double, all right? Double, double, that's it. We're just doubling the other number that is not the 2. That's all we're doing. Okay, with that in mind, we're going to have this little quiz so that you can check and see how you're doing with that. So get ready. We're going to do the quiz, and then I'll give you the answers to the quiz, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, you can do it. Here we go. Woohoo! Okay, so here's the Scooby-Doo. Please don't write the equation down on your paper. You're only going to write the answer next to the number, and you already numbered your paper 1 through 12. Okay? Now, you're going to see each question for 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to figure out the answer. You can do this. All right? You got the doubles. Double, double. Okay, let's do this thing. Here are your questions. Okay, are you ready to check your answers? I hope so. Here we go. Number 1, the product is 20. Number 2, the product is 16. Number 3, the product is 24. Number 4, the product is 10. Number 5, the product is 6. Number 6, the product is 8. Number 7, the product is 14. Number 8, the product is 22. Number 9, the product is 12. Number 10, the product is 4. Number 11, the product is 18. And number 12, the product is 6. I hope you got all those right. And now, let's have some fun. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead and put your pencils down. And let's get out from behind our desk. And we're going to do our Math Scholar rap. All right, are you ready to do that? Okay, here we go. I'm a math scholar. I've got something to say. Multiplication facts are coming my way. Not too tired to learn, not afraid to shine. Multiplication facts are going to fill my mind. Gonna keep them, not lose them. They're here to stay. Multiplication facts I'll use every day. So jump back, Jack, and step up, Sally. There's no time to dilly-dally. I'm a math scholar, getting it done, learning multiplication facts with tons of fun. Multiply. 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 Yeah. Great job. Woohoo! Good job. All right, have a seat. Thank you. Okay, do you guys remember the grid from last week? Now, I know in Miss Carricker's class, because we had a short class last week, you didn't get to finish the grid or see it. But today you're going to get to see some of it. And I would like to show it to you again as a review, and we're going to stop after the factors of 2. Remember, what's our big mystery with the 2's? We are double. We are doubling the other number. Don't forget that. It's the other number, okay? Well, prepare yourself for the grid. Just relax and pay close attention, because every time you see it, you learn a little bit more. And that's what we're trying to do. Have fun. This is an example of how to complete the multiplication grid. First of all, you tell the world what you're doing, which is multiplying, and then you write the factors. Our factors this year are 0 through 12. The rule is whatever you do on the top, you need to do on the bottom. So if you do it going across, you need to do it coming down. Next, we use zero property. That means any number multiplied by 0 will always be 0. So 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, and so forth. Remember, whatever you do across, you have to do down. Next, we'll use our multiplying by 1 rule. Whatever you multiply by 1, the number stays the same. So 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So the factors will stay the same, and they will become our new products. 1 is already completed, so we continue with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Next, we skip count by 2, beginning with the factor of 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Remember, whatever you do across, you have to do down. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Okay, I know you just watched it, but watch it again and see if there's something new you can see this time. Watch carefully. Thank you. This is an example of how to complete the multiplication grid. First of all, you tell the world what you're doing, which is multiplying, and then you write the factors. Our factors this year are 0 through 12. The rule is whatever you do on the top, you need to do on the bottom. So if you do it going across, you need to do it coming down. Next, we use zero property. That means any number multiplied by 0 will always be 0. So 0 times 0 is 0, 0 times 1 is 0, and so forth. Remember, whatever you do across, you have to do down. Next, we'll use our multiplying by 1 rule. Whatever you multiply by 1, the number stays the same. So 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So the factors will stay the same, and they will become our new products. 1 is already completed, so we continue with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Next, we skip count by 2, beginning with the factor of 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Remember, whatever you do across, you have to do down. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. Okay, I'm in the mood for another skip counting break. Do you remember how to skip count by 2's? Let's do it.
2, 2, 2, 2. 2. 2. Here's what you do. Are busy counting by multiples of 10. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You do 2 because you count by 2. Keep counting. Keep counting. Keep counting. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2. Here's what you do. Are busy counting by multiples of 10. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. You do 2 because you count by 2. Keep counting. Keep counting. Keep counting.
And that's what I'd say to you. Keep counting, keep counting. So let's do it one more time together. No movie, just using our hands and skip counting. Remember, we always start with 0. Ready? Skip counting by 2s, multiples of 2. Here we go. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Please don't practice your skip counting without using your hand. That's really important because if you use your hand, you can see the equation that you're making. All right, let's try it one more time. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. That concludes today's lesson. I hope that you've had a wonderful time and that it's been very easy for you to double. Because when we double, we have double the fun. I've certainly had a great time with you today. Now please follow your teacher's instruction and have a wonderful day and bless them and keep all this stuff in your mind. Why? Because we just had our moment of opportunity to learn. And now we have permission to remember and not permission to forget. Have a great day and remember, be happy.
Oh, you know I could get used to this being happy. I could get used to a brighter day. If I'm dreaming, don't anybody slap me. I could get used to living this way. But you'll get used